1. Hi, and welcome back. We have a very, very special treat for you today. Actually, I'm lying. We have so many special treats for you today. It is not even funny. Today, we are going to make our second bowl drink, our first blender drink, and it is the 5-year anniversary of Sergeant Charlie's I&I Lounge. Plus, I'm wearing my pith helmet for the first time in, I don't know, possibly 6 months. It's a little bit weird because who would have thought they didn't really make these for men with long hair, or meant to be worn by men with long hair. And also, I'm a little wine drunk, so this is either going to be amazing or a train wreck. Either way, I'm in. So, as I said, today is the 5-year anniversary of Sergeant Charlie's I&I Lounge. Before that, we had an outdoor tiki bar that was called the Kilted Fez for a couple of years. Finally, I was able to convince my wife to let me try and build a tiki bar down here. She gave me 2 days while she was gone visiting her parents to make it happen. And needless to say, the first iteration wasn't very great at all, but it was enough to convince her to let me keep going on again and again. I don't know, this is the umpteenth generation, and I think it's good now. And now we have a YouTube. So anyways, today we are going to make a Tradewinds from Beachbum Barry's Taboo Table. Many, many years ago. It's a blended drink. This is back before he had the bar, back before he had the rums. I just realized appropriately we are going to use, I think, one of his rums. I'm not really sure. Anyways, so we're going to start off, take our lid off. This is a early Cutwater bowl. I love this bowl. And it works because this, the kind of the theme of my tiki bar is kind of like a South Pacific World War II kind of thing. So the hut works. We're going to start off. Let's start off with the coconut cream. When I see this in a recipe, I normally like to start off with this just because I'm using the same measuring cup and this tends to be kind of thick. So I hope just the juices and the rums will start to pull any thickness off, or any of this left on the measuring cup off. It is 3 ounces, and because we're using a blender, we're going to go straight in. This is a little bit of a pain to measure. There is hopefully the first 2 ounces. Okay. When it's your home bar, you can go ahead and use your finger. It's okay. My fingers are clean enough from my mouth anyway, so who cares? Wow. Forgotten how difficult this was to work with. But in the right drinks, it makes amazing stuff. As you can see, I've preloaded my blender with ice. It's easier that way. The recipe says to use a 5-cup blender. Put your stuff in, fill the ice up. Fill the ice up to 5 cups and then blend away. I've already pre-measured the fresh lemon juice. You're going to want to use 4 ounces of fresh lemon juice. Dump that in. I'm actually using fresh lemon juice today because I needed the shell. There's going to be some fun later. 3 ounces of apricot brandy. So we're going to throw that in. 3 ounces of Puerto Rican rum. If you see Puerto Rican rum, so when you see white rum, like I said, that's a horrible, or as I've said before, that's a horrible kind of denotation. But if you see Puerto Rican rum, they're pretty much expecting you to use Bacardi. I do enjoy Bacardi for many reasons. Just because it's very simple, rather cheap, and it just kind of gets the job done a lot of times. 3 ounces of that. Just realized I only put in 2 ounces of the apricot brandy. So we're going to put another ounce of that. Just put an ounce. Hey, you know what? Don't get wine drunk before you make a bowl video, because then you start to question what you did. Your fingers get all sticky from the Coco Real. Anyways, now at this point we're supposed to put in 3 ounces of a dark Jamaican rum. Believe it or not, I do not happen to have a dark Jamaican rum right now. I thought I did, but apparently I had way too many Mai Tais last week. So what we're going to do is we are going to improvise. I've got a plantation Jamaican rum. And when I said earlier I was going to use some Beachbum Barry, I think he is in on the plantation, but I'm not really sure. So we're going to use 1.5 ounces of this to kind of give us a Jamaican funk. And then we're going to use another 1.5 ounces of the plantation OFTD because we want a good traditional dark. It is not a Jamaican, it's a blend, but I think that'll give us the darkness that we want. Throw that in there. And we're going to blend this. This is going to get loud, so I'm going to try and shield the mic for a little bit. Hopefully that works. Make sure you turn the blender on. Ooh. Okay, I realized while I was blending this that as much as I love this bowl, it is not going to be big enough. Good thing we have backup bowls right here. Go ahead and give that a swirl. Hopefully that is good. That looks nice and good and thick. And at this point, I do want to go ahead and, this is a fun part. When garnishing with a flame, what you really want to do, a lot of people tell you to put overproof rum in and light it on fire. And that is cool and that will work. However, the problem you have when you do that is that your overproof rums come in 2 categories: really cheap that you don't want in your drink, and expensive that you don't want to burn. So what we like to do here is, cheap trick, use a lime extract. Or a lemon extract would be good since we're using a lemon shell anyways. But you want to just go ahead and use that extract. It will burn. It is actually high proof, believe it or not. Extracts are overproof liquors, believe it or not. And then the other thing that's really cool to do, if you've got it, use an unflavored crouton. And what that will do is it'll bring down the flame point, the heat, so you get a much better, colors. It'll burn red instead of like a blue, so when you take a picture, you'll actually be able to see it. I use sugar cubes. Hopefully that will work. We'll see in a second. I got this thing off of Amazon because you need a torch in your kitchen. Why? Because you need a torch. You know, it's fun. But let's go ahead and flame that. Apparently the sugar did not quite bring the flame point down, but there's a bunch of it. However, hopefully there is enough of that in there for this to work, I'm going to use a little bit more so that we get that flame up. See, you get flame. There we go. All right, ready? Here we go. Happy birthday to my bar. Happy birthday to my bar. Happy birthday to Sergeant Charlie's I&I Lounge. Happy birthday to my bar. And just so you know, that was nutmeg. Cinnamon will work as well. So will, I think, probably pumpkin spice commercial, if you get it. What I wanted to bring up earlier when I was talking about that being out of ROM is that if any of, I know that I have some people in my who watch these videos who may or may not be in the industry, may or may not have ROMs, to sponsor. If you want to sponsor for sponsorship opportunities, if you are thinking about a sponsorship opportunity, the first thing I want to say is it's time to quit drinking. The second thing is just feel free to contact me. I will push your booze. I do not have a whole lot of standards. Just bring on the free booze. Anyways, cheers. Happy birthday to Sergeant Charlie's. I wish more people could be here tonight to celebrate this with me, but obviously they can't. The upside is, if I can keep this a secret from my wife, I get the entire bowl to myself. So, cheers.